Hello everyone. Welcome along to the beautiful woods here in Brockwoods, which is right next to the beautiful village of Spot. I have here in Scotland a little patch. He's a papillon. He's hiding in some of the foliage here. I'm just giving you a little pan round to see this beautiful area. So we're going on a little walk and we'd like to talk about some of the themes that have been coming up in recent videos to give you some updates. And I'd also like to ask the woods, the forest here, for some news as well, and to celebrate the wildlife here and these ancient souls that frequent the place. Let me show you some of these beautiful trees. Should we start by asking the forest for some news? Let's ask. So I'm just going to ask permission. Tree, is it okay if I touch you? It says, yes, I have some news for you. Okay, thank you. Just holding Patch's lead while I do this. So first of all, there's some light language from the tree. Ira Santa U Imara I Terasi Takaramara U Tarasami Atrakarama U Trakatasia. Wow, thank you. This is a tree whisperer, a whisper that helps us connect with the trees in the forest. The tree's been giving me a code to help connect with these beautiful woods. Thank you. And so there's more to come. Come on, Patch. Thank you, tree. Isn't that beautiful? I came across this concept of tree whispering in a client session where we were hearing that the client had the ability to connect with trees and to whisper to them. I feel we all have the ability to connect to nature. We are part of nature. So let's ask this tree here. I'm just drawn to this beautiful tree. Say hello. So this tree says that we're invited at this time as a human race to seek permission in connecting with the natural spirits. So these are the souls of the trees, the animals, the birds. Patch is digging a hole. A lot. And as we seek permission, we are granted greater access, greater depth, greater experiences to more magic, and that a forest, including these woods, will reveal themselves more as we continue to walk. Thank you, tree. Thank you so much. Isn't that a beautiful message? I see how our mushrooms have moved on. Thank you, mushrooms. And I've got some friendly flies buzzing around my head, which is also why I wear a hat. It reduces the fly attack footprint. Some of you have been asking about how do you connect with trees and nature? And I feel a huge part of this is opening up your heart. So just on the drive up here, it's just a few minutes from my home, I create a safe space around me, and just before I enter the woods, I ask my heart to open up, to fill up my heart chakra, to open up nice and wide. It feels when I breathe into the nose, it feels I'm very much opening up my senses, my psychic abilities. The opposite of being closed in fear, being open in love. And for you, if you've not done it before, do ask permission of any being, whether they're an animal, a bird, an insect, a tree, a plant. Each and everything has consciousness, also rocks. And so before you touch them in any way or communicate with them psychically without touch, then ask permission. And so if you recap on those first steps, I would say making sure it's all about you, right? Having a safe space and feeling safe. Perhaps choose, these woods are very quiet. Perhaps choose a place that's quiet where you don't feel so watched or observed, and that you can just be yourself, just like you were when you were a kid. I often imagine myself as just a taller, older child running around these woods. And it's so wonderful when you let go of expectation as well. As we drove up here, let me show these trees' eyes, they're so cool. So these trees have eyes, and they're beautiful eyes. I love your eyes. And this tree, just ask it, what are your eyes for, tree? It says, all the better for seeing you. Oh, there's a big bird. I think that's a buzzard. I mean, I'm sure it's part of the eagle family. Can you see it up there? Can we see it? Is that it there? Oh, it's just flown. Just in case it has ideas about Patch, not that I don't think I'd be interested in Patch, it's too big. But let's keep close then. Yeah, so that tree said, isn't that funny? We were talking about eyes on trees, and then eagles are renowned for their eagle eyes and eagle view. And I love that the path goes right past. So yeah, the tree says its role is very much to be able to see what's going on around us. I feel that different trees take on different responsibilities, so they're all connected. Wow, just as we enter this space here, both of my ears are ringing. And I feel, so between these two trees, this one here and this one to my right, as I step through here, I do feel welcome, and there are some eyes on this tree, you can just make them out. I feel uplift in energy. This frequency feels that it is a fourth dimensional frequency. In my heart, this feels happy, joyful, excited. It feels that I'm ready to connect with and communicate with other beings here. Isn't that lovely? And perhaps you're opening up to some magical experiences. And look, here's another tree with lots of eyes. So practice you can do is placing let me just show you briefly, standing on Patch. So I take my hat off for a moment. Okay, so let's see what happens. So you can just place I just ask first, always ask first. Is it okay if I connect with your sight, please, tree? It says yes, go ahead. So I'm going to place my third eye onto this eye here. Wow. First of all, I see the bright network of roots and energy that flows beneath the ground. And the Patch has started digging a hole. And then And the tree's talking to me saying, at one, John, at one. You feel at one with the woods. That's right, I do, thank you. I'm keeping moving because I try not to make a giant long video. And thank you, tree, thank you so much. So yeah, you can place your third eye against the tree and perceive. It's really important to, I feel, and teach. Whenever I'm teaching someone or helping activate someone's third eye, it's always about, I feel the third eye has the role in our body of full perception. So all senses culminating in one area, you know, seeing, feeling, touching, smelling. Many of us, understandably, like a TV screen, over-index, we over-focus on just what's visible with light, and yet really our conscious perception is multi-dimensional, multi-sensory, all the multis you can imagine. There's no real limit to our conscious perception. So that's my top tip for the way you approach working with your third eye. And frankly speaking, when I put my third eye, although I've done it a handful of times before, put my forehead against the tree, against its eye, I didn't know really what to expect. And so when you let go of expectation and you just feel into something as it happens. Oh, there's something running there. It sounded like a wee mouse or vole. Just tiny, just running like it scuttled right across there. And it's so peaceful and quiet here. I can only imagine what they think of me and my noisy voice as I turn up here. There is an absolute calling on all of us to do, you know, more of this, to stop and to say hello to nature, to connect with nature as living beings, as living souls, because they are. Brockwood Wildlife Reserve, Corsham Road. So there's a wee road that divides this beautiful place. It's a very quiet road. There's one reason I don't let Patch off. Wow, that heat, wow, that's intense. Okay, and I remember we touched on briefly about consumption of meat, you know, foods, you know, fish, difference between plants and everything else. And I responded to someone's comment about, you know, they were pointing out, or should I say, you know, reaffirming that all of these things that we eat have some life, have some consciousness. I absolutely believe that. I absolutely feel the energy of all these trees and plants and everything around me. And if I were to eat them, then I am absolutely, killing and consuming a conscious being. But equally, I also feel that it's important to acknowledge the trauma. You know, if they die in difficult circumstances, then it's in traumatic circumstances, then you're consuming that. Come on then, Patch. I think your little friend's here again. Hello. I think we're meeting in exactly the same spot. Hello. Do you remember Patch?
Yeah, Sammy.
Oh, you're gorgeous. What was your dog's name?
Sammy.
Sammy. Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Hey, Sammy.
It's
so full of life.
It's pedigree.
Hello.
Master Sam, so I don't know.
Oh, wow.
His name.
You're so cute.
I can see why it's called Patch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And so full of life.
Oh yeah,
That's right, a lifetime of energy.
that's right. And
I
I wish
know.
you'd give some of this energy to me.
Oh,
Come on then. No, careful,
just
Sammy.
want to play.
Say goodbye.
Take care.
Okay,
See you. See you, Sammy. Oh, gorgeous. So yeah, there's no judgment in what we consume. There is absolutely the opportunity for us all, hello butterfly, for us all to be conscious about what we consume. And I feel that's all we can really ask, you know. I feel that there's no definitive right or wrongs in this universe. We just all get to choose. We all get to explore what feels right and wrong for us, and hopefully listen to each other and our own unique experiences and perspectives, and find balance, perspective in our lives. I mean, you can ask my opinions about right and wrongs, right? But I'm not here to tell you what's right and wrong in your life. You can figure that out yourself. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask the woods here, the forest, about some of our activity in the skies. So if we reflect a little bit on a couple of the videos I posted over the weekend using my, still quite new to me, Psionics Aurora Pro, which is a night vision camera which has very high sensitivity, and some of your questions have been, can you see these moving orbs, UFOs, UAPs? Can you see them with the naked eye? And the answer is yes, you can see a lot of them. I feel that and I haven't tried this yet, but my feeling is that if you have low light pollution, low or no light pollution, then it's likely you could see them all with the naked eye. What the night vision camera does is it can see better than my human eyes anyway through the light pollution where I live. So that's something to first of all just be aware of. Also, the phenomena of these moving orbs, they move in singly, they move in one direction, which to me seems more like a satellite. Look at this tree here, it has tons of eyes. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And yeah, some so much of this is we used to call this in machine learning and artificial intelligence science, we call it a categorization problem. So, what is the thing I'm looking at in the sky? Is it a satellite? For me, satellites don't change direction. They might have thrusters, that's possible. They might be able to change direction a little bit. That's squealing. It's two buzzards, I think, fighting each other. I wonder why they're fighting. So that satellites are kind of straight moving, and then there's these, and maybe they're possible, it's possible for some of them to have turns and stuff. What I don't expect satellites to do is interact with me. When I observe them and I ask them to change direction or to flash and strobe or pulse or power up, that I wouldn't really expect a satellite to do that. Not as we understand them, and yet they do. Many of these, less so in some of the recent footage, but more so in all of my total of experiences. What are you guys fighting about? Oh, Patch didn't poo. Okay. The false alarm Patch. Okay, this way. And then others seem to travel in pairs. So these orbs are flying through the sky in pairs, and that is really fascinating. You know, traveling in pairs, changing direction to come together in pairs. And there's also this interesting effect of when you see one, after a little while another one appears, and they almost seem to have some interaction, you know, a crossing of paths, or kind of this experience of buzzing each other, you know, coming close to each other. I'm going to ask a tree, asking this tree here if it could tell me a bit more about what it sees in the skies. Let me ask. So the tree says it's important to know that for its view, its perspective, and it can see right up above us. From its perspective, this tree experiences, it said that these moving orbs, let's call them, in the sky, are ancient. They've been around a long, long time, from well before this tree existed, and so this is a collective knowing of the trees. Thank you. There's a little bit more to share. Thank you so much. Come on, Patch. And the knowing of these trees is that they do pay attention to these craft, and sometimes these orbs come down. They come down into the clearings, come down into the forest. I often get the sense in clearings in forests of when, you know, I have a feeling, a remembrance, or I'm shown by the forest of craft landing there. And often these extraterrestrial beings, or should I say the craft inhabitants, will be interacting with the souls of the forest. You know, they'll talk to really the same practices we used to do, and some of what you see me doing today is remembering how to, you know, I'm remembering how to connect with the forest, to ask all about it, you know, what messages does it have, what's the latest news. You can ask a lot more about water flow, you know, food, the different animals. Are there any conflicts going on? Whether it's, you know, human or the rest of nature. That's really, really beautiful. And on the drive down here, this is usually an area where I'll sing a little song for some light language for the ancestors who once walked these paths. And excuse me, they were absolutely attuned with the land here, and the trees, and the ley lines, and the planet, and just a really beautiful connection and experience. So I'm just, as I approach the area, there's this feeling inside of me for me to express. This is some Elvian light language to help greet. And it's funny because I often feel as I come down here, there's someone quite walking behind me. It's wow, it's a fox. I'm just making that noise to make the fox aware of us. Quite a big fox, definitely bigger than Patch. I don't know if you caught it on camera. If I caught it on camera, how wonderful to see. Ora timiri takaratasama. I come here remembering a remembrance of our ancient ways. Otoro kutokamati timirtukusu. And I am learning, as I was once an apprentice lifetimes ago here, I'm relearning again as an apprentice, seeking to master once more in this life, a recommunion and connection with nature. Da darakama I toro tokamu. And I ask for forgiveness for both myself and my actions that have not helped this land and this planet, especially in my past, and also of my ancestors and my fellow humans at this time, acknowledging and accepting the damage that we continue to cause to this planet, and allowing ourselves to, with an open heart, bravely face how to reconnect and recommune. Hunaria Horakania Hunaria Hunaria Nakaya Om Maratinia Muritia Rosino Amiki Ta-da! Thank you. Wonderful, some dragon light language in there too. As I spoke of the dragon light language, I felt this fire energy rising up around the trees. It's easy to mistake woodlands and trees as being very passive and without power, and yet they are hugely powerful beings. And just because they're standing still, stars stand still to the human eye, yet they yield such beautiful power. And this is the area I mentioned earlier about, ships visiting places. This is this area in front of us. It's where they visit. And similar to an auditorium, my ancestors would sit on these banks, these ancient banks of the river, on this big slope, and they would watch and be entertained and take part in ceremony and commune in this clearing, in this openness. This is part of a ley line. There's energy flowing through here. Wonderful. How beautiful. And thank you so much for all your engagements over recent days and weeks. It's been so beautiful to reach over 12,000 of you subscribers, over 50 members now, and over 147,000 views in the last 28 days, which blows my mind. And some of you have said, oh, why doesn't Jon have 100,000 subscribers? Well, I feel I'm continually reaching up in my vibration. Whoa, that was so cool. Something just walked past here. Let me come right up close to it. Let me just talk to it for a moment. Ina baratukro torosumo. Just asking if it would show itself. And yes, it's saying it's showing itself in this breeze just now. So this, I think it's perhaps this big blade of grass. It just moved by itself. It just moved over. None of the others. Just it moved over, just as something was stood there. It was what I saw in my third eye was a Fae Being. And they possess an air elemental aspect to them. Wow. So this is what the permission of the forest grants you. Thank you. Wow, look at this sunlight and these refractions on the camera. This is a very magical place. So let's come down here, Patch. And this trees. So you might see videos of sometimes people will ask for the tree to come down and high-five you. Oh look, it's doing it just now. Would you reach down to me, tree, and touch my hand, please? You reach down and touch my hand? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, it's really going for it. Thank you. Just reaching right down. Oh, thank you. Really dancing away. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Now you can skeptically say, oh, it's just the wind, right? And look at this one. I always look for if you look for little fluttering leaves, it's a really beautiful sign of little swirls and eddies in the wind and energy. You know, the wind is energy. Yeah, it's so easy to be skeptical about all this stuff, right? You might be watching this and thinking, wow, Jon's completely crazy. And you know what? Been a cold a lot worse in my life. And you know, what is life without mystery and magic? Here, this is a very different feeling here. Here, this is where I feel there's a family of 4, and I can hear them. These are 4 Fae. Just see if they'll say hello. Taraingoto romos chichiminia kita. Asking if one would like to show themselves, or sometimes they like to talk. Oh, there was just straight ahead there, I think just about there's some movement. Wow, just lovely. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for saying hello. They're very, very cautious. And just because you have a big open heart and you're saying all the right words and you might even be speaking some light language, doesn't mean to say that they're used to you or your energy yet, right? There's a little castle walls. I call it a castle. I think it's an very old house, since consumed by by nature. Oh, it's just wonderful here, Patch. I could spend my life here. Maybe I did. Maybe that's what I used to do there. And for those of you who remember this place, there's a little stream down there. It's a tricky wee path to get down to. Just trying to remember. I can never remember how you get down. It's funny. I am being called to go down. It is very cool. Not just in temperature. Patch is twisting me around, so I'll just spin around. Sorry for the spinny video. So is this it here, Patch? Yeah. Isn't it funny there's this log that separates us? We go down here, Patch. It's almost a boundary to stop you walking past. And just as I come into this place, I know there are at least one Fae Being from last time that we came here and visited. Saying hello. We'll speak in English. Hello. Saying hello. Come on, Patch. Since the fox was close by, just giving Patch a shorter lead. Isn't this beautiful here? Look at this. It feels that it's a fairy glen. We go around here, Patch. Come on, buddy. So I'm just being shown in my third eye, this is the woods showing me that beings come down. You see this trail. It's hard to make out on camera, but just if you follow the line of sight from the center of the view there. And these crossing trees, wow, I never noticed these trees are crossed over for a portal. Fascinating. And that there's this, oh, this is a lovely invite. So I'm being invited to walk around the back. Look at this. Walk around the back and then through the trees. This is the way that they come down. This is part of a collapsed wall, so just being careful here. We're going this way, Patch. Lots of wee insects just like... Wow, thank you. That was through the trees. I'm just taking a moment. So I'm told if you come here, this is what I'm being told right now, if you come here, especially in the evening in the golden hour, I'm being shown these memories of beings that come down to the water's edge and drink. Lovely. And I just want to acknowledge the wee cave here. There's a footprint here, look at this. Must be a dog. Quite a big dog. I'm seeing down there. Hurata karami itoro sono. I'm saying hello to whoever's home. Okay, Patch. Wonderful, thank you. It's funny watching the water here because it doesn't look like it's flowing here, and yet over there it absolutely is, from the area that appears to have no water flowing. Excuse me. I think, oh, it's because it's trickling down around that area. Okay, it makes sense. Wonderful. So if you're interested in learning more, I have the Higher Self Foundational Training that starts in October. It's an 8-week training program, so it's 1 hour a week on Zoom, plus you do practical videos and homework to do. And, oh, sorry, Pitch. And in it we cover a whole range of stuff. And it's all about building the foundations of your practice. So we cover mindfulness meditation, spirit guide meditations where we're talking to spirit guides and doing protected bubbles and talking to archangels, quantum energy, reading, clearing, chakra scanning, removing energies and entities, psychic protection. We do shadow work, so facing our fears and shadows. Is this the right way, Patch? I think so. It's a funny feeling. We also cover... Is this the right way? I don't remember. I thought we just continue on a path. I'm not so sure. I don't remember going past the caravan. I don't think this is the right way. Sorry, Patch. Go back. Too busy talking about training courses. So yeah, we go into all those in a lot of depth, and it's over Zoom. With the classes are up to 8 people, so it's not like some big broadcast of me. We get to say hello and share our experiences each week and ask questions, so there's plenty of time and space for that. We also learn how to do astral travel, or astral projection, remote viewing, and we also cover introduction to light language and channeling, so channeling your spirit guides, etc. So if you just follow this sign, John, it has a big arrow. you'll be able to go this way. So that's really wonderful to do. I love teaching it. And the idea is that no matter what you want to go on and do, if this is just to improve your personal practice, you're just fascinated about these things, you want to learn more and to build a sustainable practice, if at the very least you want to be able to come away having established your meditation practice for 8 weeks, and which is a huge thing, right? And you've learned, you've been introduced to a range of different techniques that allow you to consider doing any of these things more. So maybe you want to continue on and teach others, or you just want to learn this for yourself. Maybe you want to help friends, and then after that completes, you can then go on. So you do need to complete the first training course, but after that there's the higher self intermediate training. The current class is just about to kick off next week, so I'm really excited to kick that off again, because it's been a few weeks. I took a few weeks break between running training courses. Intermediate training is more focused on practitioners, so people that want to do a lot of these things more regularly. So we do a deep dive into quantum psychic readings, clearings, healings. We do some work to learn about facing our shadows. I also teach how to do soul fragment retrievals, how we go to hell often, or the infinite void, and retrieve part of someone's soul. We learn how to do things like this, talking with trees and connecting with nature, sacred sites, ley lines, ancient sites. We also learn how to help deepen our connection with our spirit guides, and to channel them, to allow them to step into us and to speak through us in the different forms, and we practice that together. The sessions themselves are a couple of hours a week minimum, and then also over Zoom, and then we have the option to have a second session each week. It just depends how people are feeling. Some people want the extra time, others want a break in between, because it's really intense. You're learning a lot, and it's so much fun. And then we also do some of the basics of business, like heart-aligned business coaching, like helping people get started, teaching the basics of what you'll need, the tools that you'll need. And then I'm also about 2/3 of the way through developing the advanced training course, and that's much more into from practitioner in the intermediate training up more towards on a journey to mastery. So learning how to really, all the steps you'll need to master all these different things in your life. So if you're interested in those, feel free to take a look at my website or contact me directly. And we also, for free, today, it's just coming up. So these are every couple of weeks. We have the 5D Ascension classes. So the idea is, yes, I want to be able to train people in private groups, and they're it's a cost. It's a real investment. Although I must admit, for training, it's still, for what I train, it's still incredibly great value. It's much lower than many other, lower and shorter, and yet greater depth than many others that teach in similar domains. But in the 5D Ascension classes, they're totally free. And so not only can you come along every couple of weeks for an hour and learn at very least the basics, the foundations of these different principles, you can also access the playlist of all these 5D Ascension classes. And 5D Ascension class just means to help support you on your awakening, your ascension journey. And I wanted to have a very different name from anything else I'm doing, because it helps avoid confusion. So people don't get confused between them, they just ask me what 5D Ascension means. So, excuse me, that's what that means. But yeah, just before we leave, there's my camper van here. Thank you so much to the forest, to the woods. Thank you for accepting me. Thank you to the fox and the Fae beings down there. Thank you to all beings. It's just been incredible. Thank you to Patch. And thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, and look forward to sharing more. Take care. Sending so much love from Scotland.